Today we are going to be discussing pre-made cabling. These 5 are pre-made cables, and this is from a spool of bulk cable. The standard between the two cables is the same. You have coax, and then you have power wire, but the pre-made cable is pre-made. It is pre-terminated on both video and power sides, and where on custom-made cable you have bare wire and you have to terminate the video and you have to strip down the power wire and actually use it stripped down and just bare wire. The cameras that you have are going to be terminated normally on a pigtail from the camera. You've got your female BNC, but you have a male 2.1 millimeter plug. So on the pre-made cables, you have to make sure that you run it in the correct direction. If you run it with both males together, then obviously you are going to have the privilege of yanking it out and running it again. So if you look at the inside of the cables on the power side only, you have a stinger on the inside of the male connector and you have a hole receptacle on the female side. So what you see on the outside doesn't matter, it's just the very, very inside. What I have here is 25 foot, 60 foot, 100 foot, 150 foot, and 200 foot. Most 12 volt DC cameras have a limitation somewhere between 150 and 200 foot range for their power. So just make sure that you get the correct length to match your cameras as well. And for the power side, most 12 volt cameras will use a 12 volt transformer. And the 12 volt transformer is going to have the female connector. So again, that's why you have to have the male connector running towards the transformer side. But then you may also have a transformer if you have a 24 volt camera that you have screw terminals. So the screw terminals, you will normally need a lead, a power lead. And you just need to know which side of the cable you're going to be running it on so you know which gender of the lead that you need. And you have to make sure that you don't clip these off. These, if you clip a camera lead off, it voids the warranty immediately. This type of cable, which is standard RG59 and 18-2 power wire, these can actually be clipped off. The male, it still probably voids your warranty on the cable, but you can still repair it, you can still use the cable. Let's see, size matters on the cabling. Yeah, that's right, size matters. You have standard RG59 cabling on this. On some of the really, really cheap stuff, you'll have RG58. It's very, very thin. If you see this cable in a package, run screaming in the other direction. It's horrible. This is not what you want. You want good standard cabling. Let's see, pros and cons. This is easier. For a first-time installer, if you're actually doing this yourself, these are nice. They're already pre-terminated. You run them where they need to go, plug and play, you're done. That's all you have to do. On this type of cable, it's nice because you can run it to a very specific length. You can run it to 67.5 feet if you need to. If you needed 67.5 feet with a pre-made, you would have to run a 100-foot cable, and then you would have 30, 35, 40 foot of extra cable coiled up somewhere, and it pulls interference. You've made a huge big antenna to pull interference into your cameras, and it's not what you're looking for. One of the bad things about this is you have to run it, if you have to run it through walls, you have huge connectors that you're trying to run through walls. So again, you need to talk to your manufacturer to make sure exactly what you're getting is what fits your installation and not, you know, one of those one size fits all packages. It never works that way. So I hope that helps.